From center of the world, Accra, Ghana, this is Ghana Speaks with Kwaku Annan.
Hello, I am Kwaku Annan, and this is Ghana Speaks, brought to you by or powered by the Hawk Investigations PI. We are in charge in profiling syndicated criminals, blackmailers, and of course, we do documentaries. We're in charge of events, organizing, and many more. If you want to, profile your spouse or your man to get married to him, or you want to profile your woman to get married to, or you want to do documentaries, or you want to profile your garden boy or even your house help, whichever form you want to do, and know their background before you accept them into your household. Of course, the Hawk Investigations PI is there to assist you uncover all of this about these persons. Ebusia memao akwaba edeba Ghana Speaks and Saturday, of course, mama nim say Easter bring one and no we see Easter special edition ya de mamo ye beko break after Easter no na but we a special edition ya de mamo papa ye bono papa na de nyoma atoto so. Yes, the Hawk Investigations woman power Ghana Speaks and name rem no din komo we na company the osi en kan kire wa na say abeye hia de say say investigation be edema. Why? Because enipa bi nya ho information on the trading ebi enya ho person the blackmail nti de bia ye frefra wan ye say ye be say fast nyansam bi ye wo syndicated criminals bi so mo so aka ho abom say yes ye nam ene ye di bone sa nipa we ni mu na no nipa ese o ma ye wo mo ho anhwehwe mu ma kire say or how be the wa ye edi fro together with state security organizations na ya arrest sa and the Hawk Investigations PI almost so your documentaries. No many are there back was send you wow say ya de to is ya beni na kama now we be say Kwaku ni name say me here my investigation e kwan ben so Fred Hawk Investigations PI contacting 020-228-3252 ya ben kama at the amount. And of course make a date at your global market square to receive the best of business promotions for your business setup. I the year can say Bomodiana brand ye no so any komo e was our market square. I had the year and say then ye ton idea. You advertise the product, of course, yes, advices to boom your businesses and will set up and idea. Tonight, my guest at the square, Kojo, I want to walk us through some benefits of hardware. See them when you know Kojo, I want to only it to anamongu suni nante. And niema efa edansi hu ye si dan na wie ye besi ama ye beto tiles ewom ye be pop ni na adwuma no obetu boho kese e de ama nsuo beba mo wenye bi dia e de opese wo de ni na e ne adwuma we si dan na wie wo hia a galvanized metallic gates e de aya de ni na akodwa wo ne adwuma obe e de ama no adwuma ni bebree e na afi so kodwa wo no we wie no be a state of the art kitchen and what dining Nina Kodra will build it for you so special. Kodra will takes over your screen shortly. Nor the hardware perspectives and analysis in Nana or the amount na enyoma added to that cremo. Come on. Take a listen to Kodra and I'll be right back. Great, welcome back. And this is Ghana Speaks with Kwaku and powered by the Hawk Investigations PI. And then they know about being common. But answer the make coming on my main wish Miami Bay Samuela. I mean wish show kama say o ma me akusia Vida or New York City friends saying Samuela Udi birthday. Yes, Udi birthday Tuesday no. Very young, pretty, beautiful girl. Born home wedding ye papa on the screens and moving on saw that screen is a very pretty girl. Me ba no wate. Agusia ozu New York. Ubenye and Abofre Udi ni birthday. Of course Tuesday Udi 16 years. God bless you Manuela Samuela. Oya Abofra what been ye papa. You are so clever in school and I know say you are really yearning to become one of the great girl and obey maybe pray America crew ma America for who say you are a young lady of color, but what is in your head is bigger than them. Show them that yes, you are a Ghanaian national. Also, yawowa obey your mapa Agyapong American state, na ebiso aka wobusia for any of my Ghana now. I wish you the best luck in all your endeavors. Samuela, God bless you right there on the screens. Yes, akusia Vida also Nyakopon enka ho ye okese wate ene de we na ewo America man wono kuno Samuela Boateng o papa enso na Mr. Boateng o maame ene ye Vida Boateng we na Nyakopon inshallah come right there on the screens. Coming up shortly on Ghana Speaks, your most authoritative investigative magazine show. Today we focus primarily on 3 developing stories. 1. A summary of the landmark case of Annan versus Kennedy Agyapong. We are giving you the part 3 of our summary. And then number 2, the LGBTQ plus movement. I am at in Ghana. The LGBTQ movement in Ghana soon to face closure. Number 3, who is the mold? Who is the mold in Kennedy Agyapong's household? And then some me and sape any jina so near mashup no near the moon abasa Easter holiday way then you back break after Easter holidays in the number so and some years and you be doing comedy di kind a brand here anas areme your anas and hun semwa bear na what me and some ni na tie gun from mo ye di hun komo na ne bebi a mede mo ebe ko anas nsemi ho no ehun kakra ni na so e wo ruling nim. But when say Ghana for de bia someone many mugusu America aya no ma bi suo or say asem kro wa ka no si wure mo no wo su sa na bi before etia so when you ruling ni bia kan e na ugusu kan a ensem no say de ye kan nya ni o but ensem ne bi ehun kakra but ye de mo be ko part 3 of the summary ensem maako be ye duasa baako ana so ene pi wo ruling ni mu a Abrantia Anas Arami Anas they called down judge and said Sansem we na ye dia bonu kwadu tie me yo ye dia bonu kwadu nti ye dia bonu kwadu no ese say judge no ehwe na okasa asem na edema no ewura no e rather turn out say judge ne behwe Sansem eduasen odini na aye kwadu edi etia ono Anas Arami Anas na ensem be ya bi de mu be wrem de to so mie no sa LGBTQ big count plus nature say big count yenim letters na alphabets ko e ba be kan yenim ba ni na yem oba eni oba ebetna na sabe wo mo adeda ada ena bema ni bema a wo mata so se de atienie wo hwe bema sisi ni na pantan no ne ade ayeri gina ho a wo ne kwabna ne bema ne be gina ho no matam tadue e de ewurawura mo ni tiasie nyi San common, Yenemu Babidi. Yatwaso, as ye year last week. Then ye are, ye tossumi and Samia. And Penifubi boo baby, na Simomu can say yes, say, and that's our banner very common. You say, Abubi Bekawa. Right? Na Saint Tia Abubi Bekawa, no, if you won't tell me. And no, Yatuni didn't say, who is the mole in Kennedy Agyapong's household? A nipa bain was share or Kennedy Agyapong fear wa What din samoni bia san samoni no ye yadwen say bia ye nyan no ma asam no ntra de etna. But the bria menemu ka say ehun be hie say ye kata so bioma enye yie. Ewiase boninti ena onyankopon wo ye ba asasisi obia wo ne dini. Na de ye wo wiase ne say de wonye ye ne ye twa ne ntama ye na tare ne ye de ahyew ne ye de ayekwa abo say wismesi ni wayesa. Ewura obi bebi sasa Kwaku na efio nsam so de wudi pie sen enya wa agro no yen kamba ofie nti ayese ye wo de you need option say ene we will do what you call naming and shame. Ye ben name say ni pay na yase shame no na ye picture na egu ho ama na ye wi ye de nsam na egu ho na ono so ye de questions be ma akomienu nan e de amane so omra bonti no meyi an ewura no we are not going to spare anybody in some way. All these and more Eba Ankasangasa Ewo Ghana Speaks powered by Hawk Investigations. Now, let's start, shall we? Barely 3 weeks now. The Ghanaian media airspace poised with discussions by legal luminaries back to back on the recent ruling by Justice Eric Ban of the Appeals Court. In some ye didi hun koma ma chese judge ubia kebi enemne adeade a chese wo hwe se de nsam no esiti a anas ruling no ehun nsem enini aye beja nemne ade enimu ne ye ba betno nsem no aye den akyeremo hwe. Now tonight our summary will center on the analysis captured in the ruling based on quote case of plaintiff and ask that the court adjudicates and pass judgment. So Brunebeka said, shall we read the case of plaintiff? Case of plaintiff me then. Anas nan kasanin semwa. Wamoma sudi koma judge and said, san same way. Anna obidi bonu kwe du say, or no, why you involved in this. Makuma kusa ediasa. Enti judge. Mesro bomodiana asemwe hwe na ya no mame na sansem ya na ase kase ya dia bonu kwadi anas pese o kire se eye nyoma bia ekutia no na sanso so egu ne ho animu ase egu ne animu ase nti judge ni ntie sansem we na onye den oni asem na judge ni ama no so question bibi sense judge ni ntimi ni ama no a na kire anas eye ne kure se san nyoma ni na ye de bo kwadi no sa boni we udini na wo man mu a ni pe ni mu ana. Well, shall we? Na ensem wo de koma judge ne say judge ne hwe no tie. Number 1. Or say the plaintiff is a self-confessed thief. 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 Okay? Or say plaintiff no ya wan anas no e plaintiff no. Or say the plaintiff is a self-confessed thief. Not just anas person chere judge ne say ono no yes o ye kromfo. Nti judge hwe say me ye kromfo ana. Number 2. The plaintiff is a murderer and he killed a former member of parliament, Joseph Boakye Dankwa Edu. Anas e ka chere judge ne say yes ono we kokum eye former member of parliament Joseph Boakye Dankwa nti judge hwe ne di mame. Anas to aso say number 3. The plaintiff is an abettor of the murder of several Chinese nationals. Anasi chere say judge ni su ni man say ono ya accusing ni say we kum Chinese nationals. And the press and the kra ana enye ne kra ade na judge ni ntimi ehu ni kra e wo sa asem no ankasa anas unko kum Chinese nationals. Ade nti na mmepi o me yehu say anas enye wo na wo hye JB Danko ni wonum Ghana for nyame na meka enini otwasi biomo say the plaintiff is an evil and dishonest person. The plaintiff is an evil and dishonest person. Chere say ono anas na ka chere judge ni say yes me ye bonsam e na afin so me nya no kwafo ebiom e wa ha say the plaintiff is a thief. And as Sunday share in the statement of claim, they say, or no, yes, what your cromfo, and judge, say me a cromfo. Afi your son say the plaintiff is suffering from mental derangement. Hey, what? Or suffer from mental derangement. Not just say will be a sebe na dreamu ekano. Sana epacho. Na ene kwesa anas a dreamu kano. Sana anas no e share in statement no. Say judge ni rule man. Afi otwa so say the plaintiff cheated his way through law school. Not just say anas call law school a kind of fast so ko law school hono. Enko yi. Ene kre sa anas yesa ana wanyesa ye di yenim. But ono a or pema judge ni rule wo ho pani na na nye adwuma. Or say the plaintiff promotes illegal mining. And the Cressa Nas promote illegal mining. And send me the day this mobile kaya. Say, Anas and any papa Kwaku were accused ostensibly to have been behind a company near to ye from C&J Alaska mobile kaya. So some way the Bora Kwaku ni Anas a woman me yano because woman they were being accused that woman must our company in some form of protection bill said C&J Alaska. You will be an assassin in Coco Pierre. Anas S.I. Edebetois so say the plaintiff is a fraudster. Or person check judge and say yes so or no a fraudster and judge and share no rule man but ye bisa Anas we a fraudster na. Okay, or say the plaintiff is an extortionist. Extortionist just say obi a offer a kunwiase bi so na ode eden ode boni pe bi nsem we pojiji bibi fi o nsem. Or see the plaintiff is a blackmailer. Blackmailer no obi enya wo information. Na otumi dis information or the betchel. Wo information obetimi dey send no through WhatsApp message and I say they say me wo information say one ye say me ye say. Eno na na say dey kan ho. Ni e bisa no say Anas inte en pressure was we blackmailer na ni na wo ruling. Now, I say the plaintiff is corrupt. Corrupt. And that's we are corrupt. But me now we are corrupt. And the judge named to you, no one can change we say when you're corrupt. It sounds so say the plaintiff corrupts public officials. The way the Miankasa were commedia to say ampa. Who corrupted your friend is saying public officials ampa. Because and yes public officers omuti ombe womo enya wo hwe na obetimi di sika akodada wo se womo nye na womo nye den na wia you take the best of shot na wo the above on things say ankrofo nya corrupt who corrupted public officials. So there is a saying say both the giver and the taker both of you muna mo ye corrupt. So aremia what we here the plaintiff engaged in tax evasion. Not just Anas, ye shemwa a claim this one. Anas into tax and the money ade. Enti and the press aremia unti tax near Diana. Also the plaintiff engages in custom duty evasion. Custom for also clients so fast so any Anas dieno. Nina Anas ape will quite be mwafa. Gane. Also the plaintiff takes bribe to influence the outcome of his investigative journalistic work. Asambeni enti se areme yaw take bribes no dey influence edwuma no wo ye no a mo be kai se Anas areme yaw Anas ya accuse no se empe bebrebe no o we investigation na so dey ba no the investigations no video no emu nketenkete no watwetwe bi nkumenkuma no de nam various areas to show to them say my way man yesia ni na ya accuse but ye misa say accusations way emu nya na remi ya bom hu musuo se or the Ghana fo bedin common wa kirekire mu but won say or the akoma judge say judge enhwe ho asem kan kire yo now here or see the plaintiff impersonates as a lawyer not as Anas nankasa no wo say ma judge ne ati ne ho say on hwehwe mu say ono no yesi onye lawyer nti oye impersonation asem me ne yetitie ni na o rule ni mu hwaha or see the plaintiff engaged in criminal assault. They are not there they can find. Last week we be a program criminal assault may be saying and crofua Anas are emeyaw Anas use land gas and they are terrorize them. Into any one said judge no Justice Eric Man ruling no we declare Aremia say or a terrorist terror and arrest. Or a terrorist. Roman system we any need come on ebe attested. You could bu fence wall. Aremia the land gas and the Namchado. Honum to say Philistine and soldier for one more war. And what did brim one? I said Philistine for Krikam Ponkoswo, Embricatuo, Sratata, Ninipe, Purium, Quayam Slimni Mipom, Embricatu say, Na Aremeyaw, and Namchado who say, I said Philistine for. Hade, what do you call him? And Sasson, what do you call him? Oh, said, why didn't now be Shemwa? Okay. Or see the plaintiff engaged in threats of death. Why no or memu Aremeyaw, attracting on me say. Onya omobe yi wo free ho but se ebe ka ne kra enipa pia wo mo eye o madwen se ombe expose anas many of them a couple of them and then anas whether ope on pay some crofuni na abeye statement say what threaten there is a young man oni anas ye aduma me pese me bonity okoye report e wo Tesana police station against the back of say anas e threaten say obeden obeying free ho because Abrante ni anas nante oye ne right man ono ena no twa or fix anas cameras ni na ewo edem o threaten eno free wa Abrante ya oye event say Mohammed Hafiz no what tamale Mohammed Hafiz ebetan ne two expose anas on all his nefarious evil activities ni sika or the man ono Mohammed Hafiz or the man nasa ekoye nsempie no obeka wie ya ofri na two or quarter maleno. It was just a couple of months and he said that guy has been poisoned. We Ghana from Nephew Aremia Abrante lewu on one kasana brantie kind of simple what's the name of the guy Ahmed Swally or Swally any of the Swallies could we say womu accuse no say information be leaky na some information e leaky no Ahmed Swally ebeni mu bi ema hunte bi koso within womo fraternity no anamante sa allegation when e dey ba Aremia Anas but when timi be ya no emu ayante de kosi ahai no ahai shin say pam ene ne pebi kokuma masa ewi ase de wudua na obetwa wo yankoye ni mo now or say the plaintiff engages in illegal and land grabbing. Now see where the Yankan and the least said about better. On one him saw or grab land. One them ponko. No more tete so say Philistine soldier for crack. No munam chado no. Anasia abrantia mamemon mencho na sekakra. Or ya abrantia ne papa ne mami na no. Womu free bimbila northern regional. Sabi one year akeni. Nti we be say sa chado ho no a or dia soldier for Philistine for mbu ho mu grabbing grofon size no ne dia na okay or say the plaintiff interferes with the administration of justice not just administration of justice no and same be a ye die e wo court enem ne ade no Aremia Anas to some extent otimi influences sa cases no sa na tie ana is it true or no na e kan we yo now here or see the plaintiff is an odious and contemptible person. Bro, we di anu word me. I just say Anas, we are odious and contemptible person. You believe say wankasano, you don't really have a clean hands in order to preach equity. Fair. Or see the plaintiff is a cheat and the prayer so ananya no prayer. On one mrantie na no mu ye adwuma no of which I me ni bebre edi nkomo on condition of anonymity no. Most of be more or spare Anas say Anas you be a uyi yam ade say Anas cheat including sa Arab for no or do on be hye dem ho e mo mo yes anyom ni nam Arab ni no mo kai no sa Sheikh Altani o say den e ba bonten e be kan say look Anas e use no e dia ye nkusidwo bi no mo hwehwe Anas a che no. Oh, say, well, once a man would call say, judge, and come on, once a be brain, you will feed him. Or see the plaintiff molest children, and you knew when you walk on yourself, who molested children. But what I know is that I'm not some cross. You see, and I'm so many and I'm about 9 or so more for 13. Different day. To say the dana him a pamali and cassa or the namadia tono conhua, baby, I know then I'm not they concluding or DB and nam judge phobia him near the other. Serious. But I'm cradia who I near it. Show, who molesting cradia and you know dangerous. Or say, the plaintiff inordinately discredits foreign powers. Abeka Sassen weeping. Aremia Anas links our new foreign powers CB. A gangiapa. Womo action or mudia destroy the territorial sovereignty of nations, including Ghana. Makam something. But ni nano, a woman munsem, and a woman Anas Nakasana catch it. Or say the plaintiff terrorized people, and the cressa saw terrorize it in Crawford. Hang Crawford, Tating Crawford, and then me, do you know who I am? May you say, no, I am no home to say Kakabu to be. No, we need to the essence and also any Kakabu to be crowded. Now, the last one, I'll say, the plaintiff engages in fraudulent acts and extortion with his lawyer. Maybe minimu, so we know lawyer. Bramuti meimu boni. But then, ye nim. Say, Kwesi yante chinsem no bae no. Anas areme yaw Anas together with a lawyer be. Lawyer no emini about penny pa. $100,000 US bi kodi lawyer no wane e de bra Anas. Later, ehu ti ja na mo diska no mo yes mo de ko. Eno so kra na ska no ni na nkodure ye kase. Then the last one, I see the plaintiff is an email and messages hacker. Let's just say for you be we email no any ade ade no obetimi iron a hack it into your email no me ade ewura no aseni ya sem papa sa be the anas nsem no ye de be see for the very reason say ni nara no wo anas any ade we na e bo kwadu. Indeed, if all of the above we read, Anas together with his lawyers could not defend and exonerate, but rather succumb to it. Oh. Womu jitu mu say and then you may be tear Abraham and the lawyers in war. So folks, I will tell you that this is pretty fascinating development. And again, we are learning that Anas is saying that very soon he shall go on appeal. However, may I say, we pray and wish him well. Say obetini akosa appeal. But Obekai said, once upon a time, I told him that the myth he created about himself will be broken, and the myth will be demystified. And then the myth about Anas, you break it, you demystify. Anas, the length, the breadth, knew who he is, and the whole world will be able, baby, and in some ekukuri. It was therefore, but Anas and some ABC quickly, not just a moment, baby, see, and ne on one in some more they cut down judge, you know, and the judge in a ashimwa. Ye in some makuma kunquid biasano or cronfo or ye say or sing ha any run and a marking candia chum. But Nina Suku Piemu said, ruling and so and Kwamon Aremel, a kuti on Nankasa. This is Ghana Speaks with Quick. When I stick and stay, I'll be right back. Great, welcome back, and this is Ghana Speaks with Quick One, of course powered by Hawk Investigations PR from Modena Contact on Nanyoma Intimin Koya. Up next, the LGBTQ plus movements hopes dash off coming up shortly. Now, Didi Diakre, Koya, Obisusu Nam to Twa Yam Pia, Namia dear, and Rami Owana Quivia Fremaz you, Abranti Bizua, Nani Bucana Semno, or Bab on Tino Nachese, I'll say a Quibina Usu Fran Tamano or Bon or Bok Colors or Bon Tamana is a Guviba on even or Bon Tamno I wa babontain now ye say no say okra undi camera and no say anyama na kwa na ban o ye didin ya de no say oh hey man what's up, what's wrong with you man nigga, what's wrong with you? And I'm say hey ora ye catch o say wo mra bontain mo be kaya 2 weeks ago me catch o mo say and na kra me momudin sa network kra me momudin wo mo ye bloggers bi we got no time man. We're not gonna give you any hearing. We got no time for you guys, alright? You get what I'm saying? You need more daje. A branten is here or bo or is he a friend and tamana ya man or space be ye moody yen kasa way, ye knew near same way, ye juma. Na camera, ye need camera and take camera when you hear any kasi. We are root. We are root, ye need camera. But his studio have light a good any jokes out. And they be a catcher was a hair. Umpe, bibini be a sabi, not doing work from the not doing work from. But the most important thing is that content near the brown, what do you saying? Content near the brown, what do you make of the content? We ain't got no time with you, man, and we're gonna talk about you. You better just push off. We don't wanna kiss your ass. Alright? You know who time. Into the ass here, catcher on the Z. Pack it, baby. For people with well intellectual base with some prognosis of reality and ye wonwa wa bon tamana de space bia hyenima eso wo kwa Apollo na me Kwaku visa me tiwe na me nya wo time say wo no ya employer so wo ye yakoa de pesa wo ye ne say bra na be ka ye ho nsem na promote ye din ni ye nyoma ye that's all and no through atemu obedi ye through serving because some abeg can find and no ye rese obey until wo ya ye need this way yes you get what I'm saying. You better get it, don't get it twisted because we got no time. Wo no ya ma weduma say ye until say wo ye look Ghana for mon yesterday when you until mo a ya na mo a bit disturbed about Kwaku nkrofo bi too susane. No, I have a lot of respect for a lot of bloggers. Hwɛ bloggers na me wo respect mo nso kwa me mfa me ni kura hu moda abranti and then me bi di ma very very good guys wo mo ya dia enye so ye blog anti ba wo trust na wo hwɛ ne content ye wo bloggers bi o ma me nya time me nya social media so me kwota so ye e di agro but me nya time e hwɛ wo content na me come on matter ase okay and I'm proud. Yes, some of them aba be defending me pain binti no. Abraham TV a friend say Ojam mewa producer. Yeah, Ojam very good guy. Ojam you be on ma social media no so embedi dia term yes no sam beef sam no Ojam nye one of those. Abraham TV say Sabato very good guy South Africa no so born eduma and then Miaminia Kwaku beef commissioner or beef commissioner say me nya na makotam ni video na me yeden me hwe Kwaku pa na ade ba kwa na me say Kwaku ade ba say we dey me no nya dwen kra me dem no nya dwen kra o dem no nya dwen kra na wa hye ni chabisa na o dey sisu na oye nioma o ta say onni watem but so no be disagree and I say obey den utie analysis na wo ye no a wo be wie no you will just have to love the product. And that's why I love such persons. Alright? That's how I love such persons. Mame Sewa or RTV, right? Ewukumase. Pretty great girl. Kwaku the same. What I say? Me who say Kwaku about ni obi just a wash the pa say they are more kase they are more can beef no. I love these guys, these guys. What else here? And then Jonas Abanu fan the camera one on her. Jonas they don't believe in semi Kojina studio, but also glass in one again. So only studio in America crew no try to tell us among the whole America crew in the studio. And also what can I say? I yare for the whole America no state ko Jinem no oyen in the studio. And he said, oh, you, or say, let me hear 1 minute be a bass later, 1 minute be a bass, 1 minute be a blade, and that's it. Content not the amount here. Content not the amount in here. Anzana I can't say hotel at the day abet was with the Ghana before not Tanzania mopen because I Ghana penny for mopen. No way, dim what time you must say them who bet Tom I am hotel. No, so need to so. I have a great sense of respect for all these guys. What you say? I mean, times out. And let me tell some of you, say, hey, I have helped and have been part of making radio stations so big. I was part of making them who they claim they are in the previous and maybe now. Sources Radio Sakode, Kwadu or London, Munkonko Bisa, Kwaya, Yemubi, Ye Boye, Emma Wum stations in the Baye Krabeshe. Munko Bisa station BT say, Amansan FM Yaw or London, Munko Bisa station BT say, can I say, a Kwaku Spencer, Naspa Radio, Munko Bisa, Namu Misa Hawa, all these and many more. Ya no face ya be from Kwalabi na anu yebe na wo blog na we be gina so no a wo ye dede no wo bada ben na eya na obi ene ye kana de bia meka so obi ni mu no afro akoebi nzu a ono nso na ano be kofa na ze minua wo otimi frame ma me be gina ni program the station so na e bon komo che all these stations in now making now Kwaku, I supported them with content to make their station bigger, and I know none of them and omuni mi Kwaku omuni mi yan tokwa and young boys if you be tratra ba ku bi ono na anu oso ye motwe man nsa wo se de ba dio o gina ho otimi frame e ma me ba the stations you be di komo ye to promote the station me fa na se mi nua ene ono akwaji contract mo zori a o se onu ba benya me ho time aba be gumi Kwaku meni mu ase e de ben a enu firi ni ho a o se wakoka mini asem a mini o ye osofo wakoka na asem e ma me se mi Kwaku me se man nka me nua asem. How dare you want to cast as a natural? Me your software, so I am from so ye be been na me expose you as software. And it's a mimi so ya de been say nya now be expose na me just me be jam as opposition here then didn't make us say don't do it na didn't me expose obi but when expose no and for me din enemy image and metato because what they pay in numbers. How dare you na me do mudwuma your mudwuma kukuomu a wonte ho ase na ode abetran from me say and say hey masa baby me yam kwala o we yam kwala beside the pon wanga say we need content hwe enipa ye no ma ye dwuma in the days when online radio any blogging is anime na emma ye no mo yam kwala na ho brase na mu ni ya kire mu dwuma no wonya 2x4 eyi sisi nechi ne camera ne we ya o say hey when it comes to mainstream journalism, we are called Mekacha and say, on say any pan on one editorial, no family na main kind of main marketing and radio. The main producer to them or true scripts, true documentaries. Uni basa ya been at the hole. And yet Casana unim cantino, no what they camera better at her, namu to trap. Site bia na mo dia best store na mo dia to uria na wakofo bi information me ni pen sign na me wia masia backstab bom sa ye tuye hu eche ye de ma enuanum bi se monye den mon ye ne mo besom ebinim wia na o ma dan mo echi o ma dan o mo echi na o ma koje pa reinforce ye nkonkogu ni ma se me it will take you more than you na me so ma ka se he obi a said ni nimu a many we dear groping. Hey, Okoji parent for the bar on things that will be coming as me if you that me mouth that mileage in it. Abrantia making one winning. Or started 1, 2, 3. Menini bedin komo kukum catches idea we mean bejai. The next day, any some catches and make us on the program to bium da any DC when one. If he the all saw ya and say, so called familia, a juma warrior, na odini Kwaku din bebe batan. We no about on ten catchery, we are me or be criticizing in your name say and the pressure. But when him say me need in commerce and common now so and when he say be come it's up to one gasa over 1 million times. Me if you watch me mount that dignity. I got no time for you. And honey a day one some it be say upness LGBTQ some and a year became just shortly. Now, after many years of contemplating and consideration over whether or not Ghana would accept and allow passage of bill into law to allow the practices of LGBTQ in the Ghanaian society, a private member bill was effectively initiated to shoot down any impending considerations by the legislative. Meanwhile, the much awaiting pressure from Ghanaians on Ghana's legislative house seems dwindling with little heard about the bill. But Yekin Ubunibeka said, or say still, Ghanaians are in much anticipation looking forward the exigency that the bill would be passed into law to put a closure to this social disorder tango. Nina Kowie saying, Kowie said, Ghana for etiti wo wiem say, ye pese ye passes sa LGBT BB dien. But before no, na ye nim say, a man ni ma eneda, a man ni ma entnatra. Bema ni bema en ni agro ni atiti ni na wo wiem. Ye kan ye say sport bi wo osu baby wan e wo ho. Obi anim baby a wo mo wo. But na quiet to say, anso ye behwe ne say ye de emra e behye se wo munyai ana ye de emra behye se wo mo nkoso nyene, which is way. Enu ye wo mu a e na kire say enipaku bi eye anamoto e friend a private member bill wo de call parliament say parliament monhwe na monfa ade we nya aduma ne ye nsi sadui anokwan anamu a ye tunu no. Well, a couple of days ago, the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, visited Ghana to strengthen U.S.-Ghana bilateral trade cooperation. At the back of this, the U.S. government, in their usual diplomatic twist, attempted to persuade the government of Ghana to have a second look at the bill, which would give a fundamental rights and freedom to the LGBTQ movement in Ghana. Now, Namia and a U.S. Vice President, Uro Mema. Nasem na so mo ba strengthen US-Ghana bilateral trade nim esan kopie se afi mami pe akonua sedi so a wo mo be ye na sadi aba be hye Ghana mpenimfo no kon ne yama sa amra na ye twama sa nkofo enye omo fa hodie se omo so betimi aye de omo pe na asem ne se na ese ye general. Now, we here at Hawk TV want to sound the alarm bells that it's imperative for us as Ghanaians first to identify with ourselves that we are a people of culture, tradition, and decency, and of ancestral belief. It's instructive to note that 15 centuries ago, these same Westerners rolled to the corridors of Africa with their sea safaris, came and presented the Holy Bible to our forefathers. Beneath this Bible was the gun. After this introduction of their God to us, who look like them and not like us, then they told us to worship their God and abandon our historical artifacts. No review. Now, no, you whole 15th century ago, na afi apem a hankron kekakwa him, and a sound of way, better for way, one more Africa ha. And the Bible no. Kronkron a minu mienu nim wo mo de bre se monye wo mo de man ewie no na mo kire se nyankopon ye nyankopon nie na monye den monsom ye nyankopon ti asem ye na monsom ye nyankopon enti yansom ye nyankopon ne kwasem bibini som dindindin ne ye koso se ye som wo mo nyankopon na wo mo nyankopon no nso no otise wo mo onte se minu mienu. Be very careful here. And omo yes adie we. Na no omo ye no efi no omo di sisi ye nyoma bebre kwan se de ye fa so yeso na maka asem we pen se hwe ansa na broni beba bibimemu ha no na bibini wosom nyankopon o eno nti ne ye papa nom ne ye nananom no ne se ye amane ni amamra ye bo nyankopon ni din na wo hu se bibini se be yadwene no enye adwuma papa bi nti no bibini se ampa ye betu ye de ni na agu broni ni nyankopon no de ba no ne nyankopon ne te so no ni tripi na ye sraha se sraha ne niama aye green kama no ugina ho wo se nyankopon enie so ene ye na accept ye no ma ye tu ye de ni na agu ye they adulterated many of our culture and your cultural artifacts ye tu ni na agu ye. This was the beginning of the devaluation, dignity, and the practices of the African culture and tradition. Aha no almost started say if you omoye den omo say ye nyomu na ye ne ye nitua na so ne ye ntumi nya mohwe. After succeeding to manipulate us through the above elements, they went further to adulterate our sexual orientation, that even polygamy is evil and that it's not clean before the sight of God. Our marital cultural values and settings were made inferior before the African. The above were accelerated through their special purpose vehicle called what? Christianity. This psychological damage continue to control our minds, and of course we be say what impact that this Christianity have had on the average African today. Now show wɔn bɛyɛ saa nneɛma wei nyinaa no ɛkwan a wɔn fa so a wɔn de bɛyɛ saa di no ne nyinaa yɛ through their special purpose vehicle ɛyɛ deɛ bɛyɛ Christianity. Christosomia o Christosomia na wɔn fa so ɛde bɛdi saa bɔnne wei ɛde tia yɛn na de ntiɛwura no o sɛ bibini bia no wɔyɛ n'adwene sɛ ɔbɛyɛ research ɛde ehu sɛ na Christosom na broni ne ba no ɔde ba sɛ ebe boy me yetunya be onyankopon ana o me de ban se eno ebe ma ayeden aseyin ana ayeden wo hu enti enoma we narrow broni na ye ni na de tie bibini kwa ebra me ne mo ka say America for beba Africa ha what we are expecting the American government in some beba and I said the western powers na what I describe reparation makabi the pain reparation it saying empatasika some of the bread Africa wo bonia we dear the continent the western world and amunim absolutely rubbish when timi anye bibia ansa amfa ma ye biom abra mo beye yenkoa mo fa yenkoa ye fa yengomu ese yadwene no ene mo sia ba Africa biom afidie mo be say ye tradition niwe kane no ho ye papa nom ne ye maame no look asetra no enye de ehu ne yo papa to me o ware emma ba mienu miensa na ono mu nyatna ono mbetena na o mawo se efuom o mukọ efuom ma papa behwe ne mani nara kama enti broni di sa word kakraka yi beto so o say polygamy enye papa. Now guess what? Hwe oba Africa me memha ye papa no me maame no ware mienu miensa o mbehwe mu nya emma no so de e won say emma ni na so tifie ba ko na so ntokwa bi ani. The family like Azantilo family, I grew up in North, so I know many of them. And it's the culture of the Northerners. All across the three northern regions, Kwanakubisa, it's still their culture. What I say? Na oba ya santi memunzwa ewo hobby pray. Papa ebe shane ma edwo makuko school kama nkrachi for beautiful family. Azantule American, hey, ne ma wahwehwe mu na into various circles of the Ghanaian society. Well and brilliant are lawyers, are judges, journalists, phony, all kind bankers, baby. Broni baya no this ade we betu yeti say no eye chuado onyankopon yet oko Bible no a ubenya the traces of polygamy families, the Solomons, the David, the Abrahams, baby. Omo de broni aye. Say your culture no ene ubaye bibi memu ha enti ye ka aware ankasa dia make impenimfo nim amane ni amamre kwan so no enya aware ne se ye de kogina asodem wona paper no mo wedding no a amma bibifo bodam no wedding Christopher bodam aware esa no ye na ye hu ye ho ano wo ho aware na ankasa ne se ebusuani mienu betna ho oba na chi bema na chi na o matrase na ansa na sa aware ne beba no sokra no enioma ebusua ne beye no enye yize sa ne yahwehwe busua ni mo ba na chi bema na chi ansa akasa ni pa ne mienu abom da bi ene ni ho bi oza mo nsore ni na ye feli ye te da sabra me ama ye kora so papa enti wo behwa across the religious belt whenam and na sa religious group yi wo mu aware egupa Christopher. Now, let's listen to Adebia me pese. Now, question remain. And say, what impact has Christianity made on Africans? They transported millions of Africans to Europe, the Western Hemisphere, for cotton and plantain cultivation, and never saw this was an act of abuse of our God-given right. So, when we best say, every Africa ha, the Kogu Caribbean ho, and almost splitting across Europe, ne other parts of the world. Young boy then, the Kwaku dear cotton. I feel so plantation farm near the Kogu Kusi Dumet say, Nina no the religion abes adio. One the religion and Christianity no as a special purpose vehicle no, and would be real yarding so subtle in the pump one more. So, dear Bruni, 15 centuries ago, when they rode to the corridors of Africa. And it's the 15th century, and then plus or minus, Obeka say Christianity, our Africa, how many centuries? Do your arithmetic. 6 centuries. 6 centuries. And the Christosum eba Africa. Minumia arithmetics in numerical. Niembisa say impact ben and the Christosum ayewo. So you for Ghana example. Some one amos say so mind with Christopher also. Bonnie ni Lucasam what my Ghana mu across every facet. Into Yanya Christosum crunch far better. Now, I want you to listen to an American Democrat and his views about the world's most superpower, American one, or champion the cause of lesbianism, gay, take a listen to him.
This country talks a lot about terrorist attacks, and rightly so. The two greatest attacks of terror on America were perpetrated by the Supreme Court, not by any Muslim, but by the Supreme Court of the United States. The first one was the legalizing of abortion. The subsequent to that, there have been millions of babies slaughtered in the wombs of their mothers. It's incalculable to even comprehend that. The blood of those lives cries out from the ground for divine vengeance on this nation. The second great act of terror perpetrated by the Supreme Court was the legalization of same-sex marriage. The destruction of human life in the womb, in a sense, the destruction of motherhood, and now the destruction of the family itself. No bomb, no explosion, no attack, and no assault on people physically can come anywhere near that kind of terrorism.
Great. With you, can you make some sense out of this? Now, the current US President Joe Biden once had a view on the above subject, LGBTQ, before and now. Now, America, minwa woman, champion sadi, omampeni oto, nani binu wokan asemfofro. And then so work as for into be say one kasa Joe Biden wajin ne wo no na dwene po ye ne say LGBT. Take a listen to him.
Marriage is between a man and a woman, and states must respect that. Why do we need a constitutional amendment? Marriage is between a man and a woman. What's the game going on here?
Same-sex marriage must be recognized as legal in every state in the nation. Today's a good day. Today, America takes a vital step toward equality, toward liberty and justice, not just for some, but for everyone. Everyone. Toward creating a nation where decency, dignity, and love are recognized, honored, and protected. Today, I sign the Respect for Marriage Act into law. Deciding whether to marry, who to marry, is one of the most profound decisions a person can make.
The President used his radio address yesterday and tomorrow in the Rose Garden to talk about a constitutional amendment to ban gay marriage.
And we're going to debate the next 3 weeks, I'm told, gay marriage, a flag amendment, and God only knows what else. I can't believe the American people can't see through this. We already have a law, the Defense of Marriage Act, where we've all voted, not where I voted and others said, look, marriage is between a man and a woman, and states must respect that. Nobody's violated that law. There's been no challenge to that law. Why do we need a constitutional amendment? Marriage is between a man and a woman. What's the game going on here?
Do you support gay marriage?
No, Barack Obama nor I support redefining from a civil side what constitutes marriage. We do not support that.
Well, I think the country's evolving, and I think there's an inevitability for a national consensus on gay marriage. That is my view.
The law requires same-sex marriage must be recognized as legal in every state in the nation. I mean this with all my heart. Marriage is a simple proposition. Who do you love? And will you be loyal with that person you love? It's not more complicated than that.
Great. But an African American activist has this message for the Western blocs. An African American be any break. No person can send me the chair. Sa Western bloc mom who say Africa young koswa in deserve it. Said some phone no money yet you know. Wakaka na dwene achrom yi. Na won so Americans ni use so the years are the brinans yi before. Na chenya mama say Kamala Harris or ye Indian Jamaica descent. Obama eye Kenya hwe wom. Hwe de use so do years are in petty somewhere to say. Take a listen to this African American and then not drink.
You get on the plane and you take your ass several thousand miles to the birth of civilization. You walk into the western shore of the homeland of civilization and you manipulate the president of Ghana into modifying his anti-rainbow policies. You manipulate the president of Ghana into modifying his anti-rainbow policies. You have lost your mind. I need the AKAs to speak to this. I love my Alpha Kappa Alphas, but your soror is out of line. I said I love my AKAs. I love the pink and green. Y'all some fine ass sisters. You understand me? But your soror is out of line. So the question is, when are the lovely ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated going to send a message to the Vice President of the United States? We love you, soror, but you are not taking care of business. What are you doing in Africa pushing rainbow policy when you should be in the United States protecting the Africans who voted you into office? How about some police policy? How about some gentrification policy? How about some miseducation policy? How about some mass incarceration policy? How about some reparations policy? How about some economic policy? Kamala Harris. You don't want to do that. Instead, you want to go to Africa and try to convince the oldest human civilization on the planet Earth. You want to go to Africa and you're trying to convince the oldest human civilization on the planet Earth to abandon man, woman, and child. To abandon the original holy trinity of man, woman, and child. You want Ghana, you want Nigeria, you want Senegal, you want Cote d'Ivoire, you want Togo and Benin, you want Gambia and Zambia, you want the Congo, you want the entire continent to abandon the original holy trinity of man, woman, and child and instead embrace the ungodly. You want Africa to embrace the ungodly. I'm warning my presidents of Africa. 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 I'm warning my presidents of Africa, but I don't want my African nations to fall out of divine alignment with supreme consciousness.
Good. So whom say, and yet, in Nipani Nan, the area ready to be sa direction way at all. All right? Now, Medimo. Show Hano, Medo Yeding, Troke Hase, Namako shortbread, Meba. Then we take it up again. This is Ghana Speaks with Kwaku. Stay and stay, I'll be right back. Yes, I should be you has said. Another shocking situation yet confronting us are the institutions galvanizing support to see this gay lesbian rights come to effect. Many have questioned religious institutions such as the Hare Krishnas, the Hindus, the Gnostics, the Baha'i faith, the Ekanka Islamic group. All have maintained their silence and do not want to join the debate. However, except the body of Christ, the Christian religion, have come out openly to throw support to this act of evil to God. Bebre bisa same way you said no. Aden. Esum bebre na wo wiase a, wo mu nara ye ka wo mu di akotene wo wiase. No mu na aye din say no, asem wo pese wo mu do wo ma no betutum bi. Hare Krishna for wo mu is a worldwide religious group. Baha'i faith for a worldwide religious group. Hindu for a worldwide group. Gnostics wo mu a worldwide groups. Eno danchanya. Then Islamic group and see a worldwide group. I didn't know we now ye days on person do man beto to sanim san say woman nim say eye chiwade e wo nyankopon enim na ba ne say ene Kristo so mo ko ade mo na matu mrika wo no kwafo makwa Jesus ade atumi na say wonim a go and check the record say ensha say no the Methodist Church of the world wo magiatum Anglican for Agyapong, the Presbyterian Church, Wamajiatum, and then the Almighty Patriarch of one, the Roman Quattro, the Catholic religion. Now, I say Pope, we can say I'm a verse and Roman sophobia and one years soon after, but last year, Pope Yankaso Sisi Pope Francis, my statement, I'm admit is a gay rights, no lesbian, and gospel. Me pure woman, here. But then, after Roman from the manja, make us maybe but then we will be a student of history and research. I'll be home. Roman from have been Roman software binum. I practice it. Maybe a friend is there. The pedophilians, yeah, pedophiles. Yeah, one more at the tatam crankra to crankra at didi crankra to sa pedophilians. And if you are Roman sisters ni bebre so my am say mo your sisters no me ade amudi Kristo tums me ade so sisters ni am montare atintin so na ne de tetata o mase no me ade sisters ni bebre anyenye nyema wo nkora egu no me ade ana wonte nti o nkora na ni na mete say nti mo be ma Roman fathers na warwa mo ware no ma brem mete eno da nti mo gudie Kristo sum ede ye ko Kristo sum wo na ne bi obi time say Kwaku dem so antichrist enya hwe nyanse bi na woni ntina okeka dia wo kan hwe hwade American believe in the libertarian order and have built the Tower of Liberty. Did you hear that? That Americans believe in the libertarian order and have built the Tower of Liberty, yet Americans are not liberal. You're a group of people, we call them the libertarians. Woman on my own say no, as I say, Nipedian and Famudie, woman on more champion. You can say freedom of rights and fundamental rights of people. And no, America for no so as saying SC Tower Cassiano Udru New York City. It's what Cassia and opportunity. South Tower we see New York na crown Cassia one stars bobon. One must say then a Tower of Liberty. But then I don't want to be be taken off. And no more back was a minimum program yen. One SC say a Tower of Liberty, but I Tower of Liberty. No, that tower is to represent a goddess called Semiramis. And Semiramis was brought to the Americans by the French. It's a Masonic power. American Anka says your man was built on the orders of the Masonic. Yeah. Into Woodrow baby to say Washington, as you move towards from Washington to Virginia, no, in between where Langley, the CIA for headquarters near the one, and then to Pentagon, we say South streets near Wohunina. Oshes now you're very careful. Go check it. We are careful. We a lot of Masonic symbol. I will can't find him. Yes, a coin am suno. Ghana for na mo monhwe ubehu ebia na wonim. You haven't seen it before. Ni na Masonic symbols, including America for sika na daso. Sa nokus tux whatever. That's ni na Masonic order. into the now me catch them program said America creates we intimi who said God ben on worship the God that you and I know or it's the American God, which is where it is our tower next one see the Tower of Liberty no a bosomba ni din na mabache on Semiramis French for ne de brewo and we see symbol e dia mama. It's a story me nimu komwa another thing. And in America mine is si hono e wiase na se sumom ne yankoto na so mu atere nchama every now and then America ni asombre and we another day. Meanwhile, the US Vice President Kamala Harris will soon make a landfall in Zambia. However, how are the Zambians preparing for her arrival? And me say wow hwe enche maame no Kamala Harris will be making a landfall in Zambia. Now, Hona walk on Zambia for us, or my ready pen. The dear Ben, no more day pen, mamma. Take a listen to the people of Zambia.
Yeah. So, we came here to deliver. We came here to deliver a letter to the Vice President of the United States of America. As you know, Kamala Harris is coming to Zambia, but from our point of view, we are not happy with her visit. And why we are not happy is because, you know, whilst America is talking about this democracy, they are talking about this democracy, but the American democracy has done more harm than good to a number of countries, especially the third world countries like Zambia. So, we don't think that America can champion this democracy, the democracy according to what we want. The Americans superimpose their democracy on us. They superimpose their democracy on us and their social culture as well as other values. We are saying we don't want American superimposition of democracy on Zambia. We as Zambians, though our democracy is young, but we can practice, we can self-rule ourselves. We don't need America to come and tell us how we should rule ourselves. We don't need America. America cannot come and teach us about democracy when their democracy has waged many wars throughout this world, hundreds of wars, and they have killed a number of leaders, African leaders. Some of the leaders that they have killed is like the Pan-African leader, Muammar Gaddafi. They killed him in cold blood using Libyan indoctrinated citizens. Americans gave arms to Libya so that they can kill their own leader. And they are saying that is democracy. How can that be democracy? Honestly, how can that be democracy? They went into Iraq. They killed Saddam Hussein in the guise of planting democracy. And yet, Muammar Gaddafi didn't have even the nuclear wars that they were talking about. And look what has remained of Iraq. Look what has remained in Libya. That is not the democracy we want. We want a democracy that is Zambian. If you look at Abraham Lincoln defines democracy as the rule of the people by the people. But those people shouldn't be foreigners. Those people shouldn't be Americans. So we delivered a letter today to the Vice President, care of the American Embassy, so that she can read for herself that we are not happy with their intervention, with their Zambia-America relationship, because it will do us more harm than good, like they have done in other countries. So this is why we are here today. We wanted to protest, but since the police IG said we shouldn't protest, so we decided to peacefully come and give a letter here, and we are going back peacefully without causing any harm, without inconveniencing anything, but simply delivering a message to say the Zambia-America relationship will do us more harm than good, like it has happened in other countries. America is choosing our friends. Why should America choose our friends? America is saying, no, don't associate with this one. Don't associate with Russia. Don't associate with China. Don't associate with whoever. Why should America choose our friends? What kind of democracy is that? We don't want that. Abash America. Abash America.
Great. Into Moshe Zambia, dear, Muhun is saying Zambia for now ready. Eddie Klema, and so be Zambia. Moreover, the president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, has some answers for the Western world against the backdrop of their human rights policies. Now, Paul Kagame, Ayobia, on said in some phobia and funny names. Now, opposite or can't see nature Western world. And if I say, well, sweet TV, and let's make some sense out of what he's saying. Take a listen to him.
Let me say something to that, because I think this kind of discussion, which has gone on for a very long time around, sounds a bit cynical in a sense. In fact, it's like the tragic situation of 1994 isn't considered even a violation of human rights. It has now gone into the background. Those who are responsible for it, those who are associated with it, are now talking about something else. According to them, the situation in Rwanda is that of human rights violation, even more than that tragic situation. I think that's what we are talking about. So,
well, just for example, there was Amnesty International wrote a report in the lead up to the 2017 election that talks about opposition politicians, journalists, human rights defenders being jailed, physically attacked, even killed.
I think you're interested in
forced into exile or silence. I'm just interested in your idea of that assessment of your country.
Raising your views to the audience so that you influence them by what
well, the European Union sees itself very much as an
answers?
Exporter of human rights and a defender of human rights.
So why can't you let me answer this?
I'm very interested in
Otherwise,
your answer.
you are going to ask and then answer yourself.
I'm very interested in your answer. I'm giving you some context on why I'm asking.
You're asking and giving answer at the same time. So
please tell me, what do you make of this assessment?
I think it's just ridiculous, because there is nothing like human rights minus these things we are talking about. What we are talking about in terms of development. These are human rights. Development, schools, education, health, and food security. And, you know, when you see now the level of poverty has decreased almost by 60%. So these people, these human beings with improved lives and participating in that themselves to improve their own lives, gets lost in what the whole list you've been spelling out as if, you know, what is in Rwanda is really hell. In fact, forgetting the hell that we have gone through, that we stood against and sorted out when you were there just talking about more or less nonsense. Because
do you reject the accusations, for example, from Amnesty International?
Absolute rubbish.
You reject
Rwanda is completely different from what it was 25 years ago. In fact, maybe you need to be looking around in Europe. You are violating people's rights. When we have this problem of people being bundled and sent back to sink in the Mediterranean and so on, and so many people being mistreated in your own countries, why don't you talk about your human rights and stop just offloading everything?
Well, this is a development conversation, so
no,
in the context of development.
You are not the one to determine what conversation or what points to raise in any conversation. You are asking questions, this is what I'm saying. You are asking questions and you are giving yourself answers. You really need to stop this superiority complex nonsense about human rights. You think you are the only ones who respect human rights, or others it's about violating human rights. No, we've fought for human rights and freedoms of our people much better and more than anyone, including you people who keep talking about this nonsense. Where we have taken our country from and where it is now speaks for itself. The rest of the stories just comes from this complex. You know, these two worlds where there are people who know everything about human rights and all kinds of things, and another world where people are just people who don't know. But these are our human rights. It's not, when we respect the things we respect in our countries, it's not for you, it's not for anybody else, it's for ourselves.
Is it not a universal
you don't sit there Yes, it is universal, but you don't sit there. If it is universal and you believe it, then you don't become the judge yourself. You don't start telling the others what to do, what they should not to do, or that what they are doing is not to your satisfaction. Who are you?
Well, I'm not sure if we're talking about me personally.
Well, you are the one actually raising these questions. So I think you better interpret it properly so that it is well understood.
Okay.
I could see you are asking questions in a manner that you want to influence the ones listening to us, but that's not correct.
Okay. Yeah. I'm raising it once again in the context of the United Nations Development Goals.
No, United Nations is us. You see, United Nations is not something alien somewhere else. Yeah. It's actually us. We participate.
And the framework for this entire development.
And by the way, I had been leading the Millennium Development Goals before Sustainable Development Goals. I was the co-chair of that, with other leaders and some of the leaders in Europe. So you don't turn around, it's like you want...
So you believe that there should be scrutiny on human rights in Europe, in Africa,
No,
in
I believe that you shouldn't be there belittling Africans or leaders of Africa who are trying to...
Oh no, but the conversation about migration is a real conversation about human rights. So you believe that there are valid human rights concerns to be taken into account in this conversation?
Even in Europe, not in Africa.
Not in Africa?
In Europe. In Europe, not only in Africa.
Not, of course.
Yes.
Well, thank you both very much. Unfortunately, that is all we have time for. President Paul Kagame of Rwanda and the EU's Development Commissioner, Neven Mimica. Thank you both for your time. Thank you as well for...
Great. So that is another African leader or display what I call an exemplary orderliness. And his exemplary orderliness cannot pass to notice. As you can say, the whole Africa, minim leader ultimately display this exemplary orderliness like Paul Kagame. Me who be that? But that guy, Makase, let's watch the space sooner rather than later. No? African leaders, including Akufo-Addo, Mubehunu say he rise above the challenge. And Africa, or your friend say Rwanda, me mako Rwanda pen, Timini said the OCT. Now the Miko Huyana, Maka pen. Rwanda is made up of about 5 provinces with almost that of 40-year development plan. And yet they are multi-wheel and they are executing the development plan one after the other. Radisson Hotel, Uko Europa, Biwa Europe near Amsterdam near there. Radisson Hotel be in Ghana. And so Rwanda, after how many years of civil war, Radisson Hotel, one of the best hotels you can see ever in the world, it be Rwanda after war. And a mumu kroya mutimu ya matudin gateway to Africa, a beacon of democracy way, golden age of business in Nanu Akufo-Addo de Beka who say and the beyond aid and the beyond my specific way. A feed ye Akufo-Addo de Beka a fence Kamala Harris and him no wakacher and say mame trumunumia the adenum ni Santa Frata send the yentimiano debi wintimia bin in one casa as a nancho Iran. This is pretty sad, a pretty fascinating developing story. Go. This is Ghana Speaks. Ahmed Abramo. Stick and stay right there because short break. When I come, the mode in Kennedy Japan's household will be unveiled. I'll be right back. Great folks, welcome back, and I am Kwaku Annan, and this is Ghana Speaks, of course powered by Hawk Investigations PI. The air catcher run is a brand. Na wonomo enhwemwa ma untimi enyede. Enye edwuma bia opesa we or how bi ni kwadan na be ababeda so. About some group of people want to use this as a form of a mo de be hawadwene. Ene e pese ye de ye boa ma state agencies and the kwaya kwakoche obi a abranti wakwakoju obi gold bar odi adwane akwa yetimi assist me ya handing over the ama police for o how no doso me nim but me na no Hawk PI for ebeboa eba wetimi ayeden ene sa enipa we nim na no edo mo numa no abegwe Hawk for no say brano mo assist in any form of undercover investigations from 0202283252 or more ebetu and among na akwino. Up next on Ghana Speaks is the mode in Kennedy Agyapong's household. Yeni prisam na hanewo. Ye bedenidi achirewo. na ya da ne din so akyere wiase na yasia da ne din akyere owura Kennedy Agyapong na ya da ne din so akyere nipa a muti ewiase ha moye mwadwene se mubetwitwa ntare etam apempam binim ya ye bi slip ne kaba twitwa na asre na mo de asoa obi ba a sebe onim de amokan na ho hwe na maye ne se yenye no etam ne mfimfram esense obi no kana so say talk is cheap and on man ya wutimu a obia betimi aka asema onsi ne bon kasa me se ntire bia so me ka chem say won ye kasa na akwa ye say omo say o say enye wo say na ho abase meye dia meye eya dia meye no ne kwasem ye oyaw ewo mu say meye sa nanso I simply have to do it this hard way. Many options. Na ene na mpinifo kan say say agro no si enima wo fi a o say agro no e de wo. Na ye say wan kasa wo tiri hu nso a ye den. Una winim. Nti me kasa bi tiri hu ne. It has taken us more than several months to watch the space and see why any de ye tete. Now so baby edro no ya kan ya no to mu a enye bi. It's been several months these allegations, such as the investigative journalist Kwaku Annan had used and abused the name of the Member of Parliament for Asan Central Kennedy Agyapong and also blackmailed people and threatened them to do his bidding. And one see a too good dream. Oh, Kwaku Annan. Now making last week me can do a me program more here. So yeah, the former wife, so yeah, the baby mama, but now program bi so and wo bubu mi din kekan ai Kwaku Annan de Kennedy Agyapong din akohunahuna asofo and fa because enipa pi wo man ni mo ti Kwame Agyapong din na de shiva nti eye easy so obi de be hye mo ho se Kwaku Annan de papa ni din no eko nti bloggers bi o ma o mo so easy na o mo so abetan krase for bloggers bi na mi ntimi mo mu din no ai no de abeja no wo keka rubbish now so ontini nye ne listeners and viewers one evidence say one my day woman 24 hours none obi enu otimi de one man can do one or the babonte in guase for repugnant and shameful people na a cheap Ghana no mo obi tu no husi wo so de beboa no wa ya ne man yi a de amonim and na se amode man no eye edin seye ene sebe yenko dini boni eni ewurukasem mu hia na makotra tra mu fie Ghana for no ye beso so sa na ma asam nto na hwade pa no mi na edwane akwahyehyem baase ewudisem very evil people boni ewurukafo keke some of you but ene ehwo abahia se ye beda sa ni me yedi e de akyerem na wa wuria afi wakono wakokobisa na wo beka sebe mu nkwasi asam a afi wudi evidence aba Tiha. These dirty, useless, repugnant propaganda had traveled far too long on the information superhighway, all in the attempt to discredit the hard-earned reputation of the journalist. Sansam kikan we nara yankana wo fel so ye kasi e di good journalist ni nimu ase na sebe ne nu nyam kakra no ye de a white wash no. Na why no better am why so una better me ntra ho. Debbie. And the case of evidence in the Indeed, on Ghana Speaks Today, we are here to put a closure to these allegations, including naming and shame. Naming and shame. Now, this man you are or we are about to put on the screen is a nephew of Kennedy Agyapong. He is his right man, his spy, and an errand boy. And tonight we are here to put some questions to him and demand same answers from him. Abrante ano wura ya mede na yi eba beto screens in the picture ebeto so yi. Abrante oya owura Kennedy Agyapong ono ane wo fa ase tieniye ene ne former wife na no betra TV so odidi matam kazo me ni new bi no. Tie all of you, including Kwame Agyapong Nangasa. Listen. Abrante or your one Kennedy Agyapong, ne wafa say. Na mame ka bibi nche mo ase he Ebra me call ne tune. And send you ma sometime obeka se kwa mu chen hu nya o. Sa nim or how no bra me ma bra wo me rediem. Was seven some fooling was yakekanwa. Any din say no almost say anybody anyhow. And sometimes when you look at some goddamn roads, what to say nani more mrechi ni mpechi for ni mpemrefo. No so camera, no abetra ho. Obi ba te say Kwaku Annan na me say be mi free busu ma me kuta me din o. Me dia me koye adwuma, me sacrifice ye me dwuma no, me sacrifice ye e de ma wo keke. That's why when I'm make and send be fucking the Agyapong, I speak with a lot of passion. You need to, and so many between community me being send this show. I mean to make kind of video so okay. Now say when you be a mawasia, no was so bono chrono account. Dia me ye na e ye to watch eduma no. Ye mwame nso a. Munyama me kom baby na din say no so e. Eranom anadwe so mu na ye tuka. Na ye free station ye be fie. Anadwo at the darkest of the night. Okay? Yeah, say Jumain sa and fear Makumi and sa. I will say few way. Yeah, you reckon the Agyapong bonny. No. Yeah, the bonny. 11, 12, 1. Now fini ye befi. So who baby I want and I would say is yo. Journalist Kwaku Annan has been shot and killed. The Albayani say Ubesun keke. Oh, Ghana for you come and sympathize with me and my children. Case closed. I'm gone. Oh, the moon minutes are near man. And no man Ghana for be that you. But the old that granny said, or corner too, no koye ne juma. Na me boy me sanitize the Ghanaian society. Then me free one. Oh, what Ghanaian said, the obeting ya be a boy e dia aka ho ama me said. Afi yen gogu ni mu ase. And again, the most sad part of it is that you don't also know the story. Alright, but the media chemuna, for soon a baby one, especially most are rocks, incrasive bloggers no better natural one. Moka cancer on phone come baby, maybe they are chemo, cause one not spew your ignorance. Alright, me inquired more, name ya say, and I'm the one some them be paying the far. Canada Japan, the questions in the baby son, but I'm say, I didn't be no hundreds of you, and more Hannington, things of Nassau, some questions in the area about the Amano. Obey Yano, Oyano, Sisiano, Yan, we are learning, say, MPP for in a Bebasu November, from now to November, and what ye can. And no say part 1, part 2, or Queen. Simple. Shall be Enti masa mamenka wesun ka ho se eduma mekwaye won na 2 hono me dru hono ya the station na mam se Kwaku be your program me ana me designing program me ana me ye furniture synopsis everything the whole program na munim no it was on my foot ya ma me production team say we so no me ana me select 1 or 2 people mo enti program no the content the research and the delivery ni nara Kwaku Annan me na me ye bibia what ye that asani ye everything me amina su ne sie enioma ya no masa unnimu a just shut up na ka wanu tum na koye research na tie na nya wo fact na fe bedi nkomo na ekwan pass me mamo e mama say me din die mama udin a ene de na tese wo no nka nipa ho but then the oba cancel enye ne kwanso ma be expose we ni mu ase I will not spare you. The man on the screen I will show is here. Branty on that screen is on the picture see Pegui. I'm already. Your friend Randy Kofi Safo, a nephew of Kennedy Agyapong, woman on the house. No face will wait in your hide, but as I said, me exposing. Who is this Abranty with? Me call ne 2 on Yamame production team here. But Oyobia, according to Kennedy Agyapong, make or technical schools, you know, when Timian for 1 home or the assist can go this can, why actually not in the better time 2 or 1 and I'm Bobia can near the other way, a friend of Safo. Then the main fan of home check. No, or you one of Nkofua, woman your madrin say, my bawa babe ye juma, and to young family want to know me go minimas with little information, sir, on when him say irrelevant. And I'm say, oh, come here. And then you my ye nimno ye don't say beka and want to because ye fear some but some more ding can to recover one thing for almost how many months to disgrace Kwaku Annan. And I say no, I have what I have. And tisum, yeah, beji Kofi Safo. And I'm a fan say or may part of production. Now, in this expose, we are here to name and shame this mole and ask that he come out to deny the following issues we are about to put out. May I state categorically, we do not intend to have done it this way. However, there is a saying, a good name is better than riches. And we are left with no option than to come out this time and to defend our envious credibility and reputation, which had been tempered, including this mold, try hard to destroy it. Me any form of BS, me German yomanaka anase except say as I said, ne me ba, ne me yeden me beti me din ho. Me din na me ba beti ho no ye no kura wom bia wunim na me ba be catch o fa wan fa mfa me ho. Sebe de bia me catch am say me ne sebe anyansafo na e kasa. So I'm speaking to those with wisdom. O fa wan fa, it doesn't embody me. By the way, mo ye mo conjectures in na omko kan na also mo evidence in brands mo fa. But I don't take officer way and then me the need see ho e mo ni papa. Ni nyoma akoso wo fie ho many of sign nyoma akoso wo fie ho no ye de better tag me say me na me responsible for, but I have to swallow it because me quiet to say wo mu na wo mu pani a na me kuta aircraft na ye de ko. Of course, me na me nim that screen is me boy. It's a book we kwa ending the customer easy for them, but then it sir. Now listen to me. We are here to begin by asking Sir Abrante ye ba baby se bisane ensem bi tie ni ye. Ensem na me baby sa no tie ni nara ne hu baby ensem bi free ba na wo di bia ya futuo e de abo ntama no, including ono a owura Kennedy Agyapong. We begin by asking Sir Abrante ye friend Kofi Safi or that screen is here. Who leaked the audio recording to a blogger in the United States shortly after the seed show was asked to stand down? Now me bisa Abrante say audio recording bia e koko pie blogger bi e wa America ho me pese me boni din and the why fusa kakrakasa I said bread out to resume or ye more Walmart e din kra mintimi mo na wo mo the audio recording bi command na mo amutie sa owura no wo mo bo recording bi na yesi me kasa wo so two sa recordings wo mantimi amoni na wo mo bo kakra bi e no mu jai sa recording eto ho na wo awutie na netie na me ma wase kire. This was at the time one not the seed show officially yenkasi ye close no, but then na me management ni didin komo bia I knew where the management be be on person omodi omoni amafa abra na me production team no ye wo me fa sama nipa be 4 a omunya no me ni omunya ye arrangement wo monwa me yemfa seed show no emra bontensa no omunim de eko ena me ye audio recording ena me de ma enipa enai sa safu we eka ho na me catch on de ekoso between many management no na me san see su kire o se ekoba se program ni yentimi enye biom a me da wo ase wo edwuma wo ma support e mama beye wo ne tu ha me da wo ase na me san su show mu nkran se ye be koso aye nua ni ye na ya ye edwuma as far as media e concern na me de mo mu na me de mo ma pe no mu na obi a botie no mbe from se Kwaku what's going on so asam no including Sir Safuwe. Within a matter of days, the ATN said, Sir audio recording ye leaky akoma Abrante bi ono so ye akwa bima owura Kennedy Agyapong no mo so maso ne po mo de come blogger bi o ye dum Walmart. I don't want to mention his name to dignify him. No mo disi ho no mo bogu wa ye de ombe na metini na na Nephew na nim gua sesem e wom ni say audio recording no kra no o mantimi so amoni na all because they had their own ulterior motive. Na metie na mankasa mo nipa be kasa e basike for original na bra me so no. I won't be tempted to bring that audio. But I me ka bakwasam was our audio no atremo amutie no. Why not this audio no pie? This rock or that evening suku visafo na yes adam. Number 10 Number 2. The issue about Kwaku Annan had spoken to Kwesi Nyantechi. How did it all start? Last week and I'm over kaya. eye mamia oye baby mama ema Kennedy Agyapong e de ba abonten se me ma kofre kwesi nyantechi e demande bibi na fa hasen ha eno na chi nso no mama abrantie bi e friend kofi bi akwa kofre mama adra kika nsem hu basa. Now ebani saying na kofi nyantechi di be mu without me going back to tell mono mekanina last week. Now mama nchrew de ya kwesi nyantechi di pie. Said me indicate teacher mo say kwesi nyantechi obi I've known kwesi nyantechi wave about 4 or 5 years before and some eba na 2T. So kwesi is a friend until some eba na 2 on. Sa brante your the screen is you kofi safi. A friend make a tell me say kwesi nyantechi is on family na no dey me call fear. And that was my first time me who kwesi nyantechi one-on-one. Regardless of say na me ni kwesi my ye dwuma pia ma kwesi. Now, ye ko hono ni establish a further relationship. Now eba na saying just about last 2 weeks, and I brante way Efre kwesi nyantechi se oba no no ko ni fie. Enti okọ ni fie no. And onu kwesi nyantechi di nkomo. And also Kwaku kra frame you. Ghana for 10 years. I have everything to prove this. Na mi wi ma den on no bonten. On konko tra wo mu program no so the sit show now. Mo ye no. Kotra so safo ne kan no kra wom ana dimuntro na memra. I will expose you big time. I meant to keep quiet over some of these things, but now the time and I have to, as I say, me name na me shame. Now I will work for Kwame Agyapong. Oh, how crook you are. Oh, you want to say obegu me many more say. After all the millions of sacrifices, me yama mo na too. No we bisa say, well, not saying and now work for no one. They Kwaku Annan. E your do bintia. Na mo wie we na area. Osuno. Ye be send ni din. Aye den. Ash anwemagum. Really? Ma ababe sofa sa. No, I will do it right for you guys. Only kwesi nyantechi di nkomo no. Any kwesi ka chen so Kwaku won say air condition wa ha big but Kwaku enibri ba na tu ho nyana mu hu. I have to sweat and that is not the issue. Enibri na abentia. Kofi safo only papa yi di nkomo. And papa yi ka chen say Kwaku kra friend you. Na me ni di nkomo na Kwaku say ni project no wa sha ase all building his studios intina ase na ebe bo no. No really. And na wo mu di san nkomo di so. Say in common into kwesi nyantechi no de odisan komai so harmless na samanya careful ente metunya akasa ente mema ma no create ya kwesi nyantechi enso na nye sa na assemblity because kwesi nyantechi means no me free but me ne boys no bia any problem and obie sanse me so actual safo only for safo to quickly after so free kwesi nyantechi no or friend nkrofo no ni useless surrogate for no or friend from some mumero Kwaku Annan friend nkrofo for hasin na say and a pa wo medi kwesi nyantechi dey e di pay wo medi so koma the baby mama of Kennedy Agyapong na dey ya wo muni say dey aha me wo muni say enipa wo mu abonti wo muni the relationship with me ni kwesi nyantechi now I asking kwesi nyantechi adan enti na we ya brand nesa me wa anya kwesi fault kwesi nyantechi dey for the goodwill of it and on it bedi nkomo enti kwesi no after almost how many days kwesi nyantechi has been looking for me all throughout until say me ye den me bon modern eye me ho available kwesi friend ya ye di kono su Kwaku afi na mate wase dia wuken na asem nyesa na tie and kwesi is so worried say all ko fresh safo no na we bisa safo say ntia safo yes because onu ne nim na mugu na se ni na enti sa kwesi nyantechi move no enye kwesi nyantechi ewura no e na oba e say Kwaku season no e safo we or descendant is no di sa bone no that's a full way a nim guase no hu ni tiri se sawre onnyam bia ni no so ono de bia nam a e na me wo fa ne Kennedy Agyapong so kurase ni be me bia ne nsem fata no de nam o e na wo pese wo say obi din bia to so miensa ye de eba abranti so uyi ano. Can this gentleman, your friend Kofi Safi, confirm ever receive a car from a woman of God who some time ago came out and spoke that she had given car to Kennedy Agyapong relative? Mubakai, muni. Mame sofobi babontin beki kan say Kennedy Agyapong emo frebios and the wafa sifos and the mouse and the den or the car bi ni ade e di ama Mubakai. Mame be ya ko back na mon kodro na mon koririm. Mame ben also for ben na mi bisa abrantie we Kofi Safi that phone say of that screen is say omra bonten be deny no me confirm say ono na car ne ba no ho ana enye ono a omra ni Kwaku amete ono look ye me duma wo I work for all manners of people and I can be paid for whatever it is but munetu man fa munetu nkosi konko be biara da na ebi so ensida na ma dem samufa no ne kra no famra pointini brana be kan kire wiase hwan ena sa maame no walk no all describe e ye hwan ya wo enso na Ghana fo etumani esi Kwaku ananso na mudi matem yes a me kan ya de ani si ho a number 4 will this guy Kofi Safo come out to explain the circumstances under which he plotted to use the seed show to blackmail Archbishop Duncan Williams through a relative of one of the producers of the seed show. Now, Muntia, a brand here way, maybe some say, say, or you're not doing say, or the producer, one of the producers, or your camera guy, no, Ujina Camrichi. Nin be, one, or your Duncan Williams, the errand boy, and any coding come up. Says I'm common Uncle Cancher Duncan Williams said. Ne won send me with ya into Sansem no, said Duncan Williams or to Tunyama, no mutia thousands of dollars. Other than that, it will go out. Kofi Safo, Brana Beka, Muni Kuretro. Unim said we could be I'm remedying can send no audio recording. Be that I said, get ready. And as our audio recordings, my dear, we say February Bonten this time. And yes, I will do it for you. Brana Beka, come out and tell the truth. Why not did the seed show ding? At the core, I said, Duncan Williams seemed to see Kevin a 500 and then Ubeka and the did you do that? Me and my now be trying, and I will start a conspiracy, and you didn't know. Say, oh yes, I know. Now my tapo did that. And to Ghana from Ubeka, at a point, I have to force and come out to tell viewers, he said, or be or anybody, including the producer, or the seed show, the Beba Bonting, I know the Beba or who your soft way of one. I'll Beba catch or say. Tracy Cabison, my police for one. It's here for one more shares our program, the seed show during the expose in Mobeka, the rest of mankind doesn't matter. But Kofi Safo, I'm more with 2 years. A queen of us, and truly, or smart Panama called Duncan Williams or Emomuko Dim Comono, by the response, no see at the brain. Response no by communicating in action, and I have everything. Now, may transfer by Babontin about be denied. Me. Movie I must say maybe the seed show. Edin kwa bonten e ko dupia sofo. Madam 100 plus 1 say mo fe dimra. Na mo kire me how akwaku mi tira me no sofo bi edi sa go no ba besi ne muntimi fa sa na kwa ne mai. Dia to so biom. Will this Kofi Safo guy we? Ti how ti we friend saying or again who face away a smart guy. I wouldn't say Kwaku na my ready try on that. But Nina ye fan say be fie bi nsam nti ye ntwa so. But me hu say e boni a esim mutum me meba bonten quickly. Na ma del, na ma choose I'm smart. Now listen, we want this nephew of Kennedy Agyapong to come out to explain the circumstances under which he ostensibly used the name of Kennedy Agyapong to solicit for funds to run the outdoor program we organize for Kennedy Agyapong. Ewo various places. You organize a program be man. Ewo himfa. UPSA Mobekai. You organize a program. Mo share Kennedy Agyapong. Obejina or core program be ewo UPSA. Another one so you organize here himfa. Kumase. Another one so you organize here no himfa. Sunyane. Mobekai. Yes. That program we. Now muntie ahase. Some program where you organizing. This same boy, Kofi Safo, was the engineer of this show. One of the seed show. Now, LPM senior man obe promote sa outdoor program. Now, listen to me. This is what he does. Now, if you know what starting or call businessmen, any companies are cashier. No, the Kennedy Agyapong dinya ko say I outdoor program. UPSC Hanefa and Kennedy is about to meet business and no they are two mutimi say I oba program ni dia obe create space no wonya a fence and link now ne Canada Japan I akasa and them near there and this our program was also meant for the youth. In fact, it wasn't a bad idea. But then the whole idea and say boss way at the two businessmen. Now idea Kofi Safuye and nye joko. Na me be chemu nye me bi ni so say. Enya bad. It wasn't bad, but obekwa kokeka actually businessmen say oba only Canada Japan ebedi nkomo na den and then at the same time youth no so mosomoba mobenya time any Canada I interaction. It was a fine idea. That program, the brainchild of this program, Kwaku, I was extremely instrumental. It was our program. Yeah, now so never was a day you organize this our program at Kwaku, and there was a reason for, and I'll tell that story another day. All right. So, and to Okwa, and them says our businessmen when we name say, oh, Canada Japan obeys our outdoor program. Pa near Kukus Kanye the man, and Kofi Safu should come out and tell the world. How much and organize here out of this program? Sika saying and the band in them, we are talking about thousands of Ghana cedis. Now guess what? Onye sika ni we are no odibia Kwaku tua ye can say premises na ye be in and I said town hall kono. Otua we no to nsuo bia mpenifo bi benum we the rest no gone. Now mun hwa de esi wa ha. De tosu biom no. Was said one particular time when these things started going on, Afina alarm me blew. Came out, said the CEO of Ken City, CEO, Antistella, who is also a wife of Canada Japan. Any Canada Japan Kasaneba, Nana Techi. Realize that the Anyama AC aircon, no, they cannot just allow Kofi Safuye to do whatever. So both of them stood on their grounds and they stopped him from using the seed show to solicit for funds in the name of that outdoor program. Omra bonte meka se meboa. Kofi Safomra se ne bebisa se e ba ne sei ena ne mami Antistella ni Kenneth. One must stop no say more advertising program e wo the seed shows wo. Na wia omra meka nchiri wia se me Kwaku Annan na mejira hey. Sa outdoor program no emu biara o use the seed show and the advertising program no the popularizing program no and the soliciting fans and the ma program no omra emekanchire ewiase say emu teku kapre ba mesem madeno. How dare you? And you finish and you go out there and you make it look like say maybe the program no edi eco soliciting for money. This is you. Kofi Safuye on that screen is a rock. Kwame Japan ne spy on it away dream one no. And then a hunchback back no. One was you. What you have school fees near school, school, technical school, one bobra, and on the number 200 mine a run board. This rook. Oh, baby, good meaning was it. Brana can a creature we are say. Some program now organizing by using the name of the seed show to solicit for saying in a PM again. We would come out to explain how he used his uncle's name to lure women to bed. If you're the one who offered him, and would he be man? This boy. Me na me wo fa ne Canada Japan e fa na ye se ni na masefo. Juma na odidia. Juma na odidia. So, enti Ghana for me de abrante na si ho. Na me twen no so obeba, abeka no kura kire mo. Because be biara e da ho twen. Oh, easy say mo beka because some rantie wenim na no behind the scenes no enya dia na yehu. Me producer bien no Ghana for mudi mani hu that much except say Kwaku Annan was the face of the seed show. So easy say na ebetimi di Kwaku Annan di na pie say Kwaku Annan e di sa program no den gigi ska but yentimi amfa evidence ba kusi ama how di ntre mo betimi di bonesa na ni na mu no sa Kofi Safuye and waje easy say obeko rounds na yen say Kwaku Annan say odni Kennedy ekoye say na fa na say all the top businessmen are ordinary wafadin eko hode ko solicity sika e de ko organizing programs we know of all of them but me nye interest say me go further me the way abeto as he say omra no me ya no me ka ne kure say e given time na ba ya ne maame Antistella e no mo ani nua Kenneth Techi Agyapong we must stop this because or the seat program no ena no the bibia na mu wi amosi mi Kwaku na me de Kennedy Agyapong din akwa bontin ko de onyankopon ayeyen aye din kakrai ye nim ye left from your right ye investigation ye hu ora Kennedy Agyapong din ayehwe now so na ni baby mama be to is talking rubbish now who sa ma me na mintimi udin minim how minim udin minima be na make body akansem but what to say Kwaku Annan e de Kennedy din e de ko hwehwu ankrofo how dare repugnant useless indeed kona koko bi samusafo no and come in Japan so what to say yes me do udin pie ya one ka so fast and go and confront him go visa for one of that screen is no this rock who ni trini eyes sorry and ni or you crasini bia so say ni what funny see connecting nyanso no dressing papa bia so ni so no disi ho no why no ho anoma kokone no odefi no mu nya ho say Kennedy Agyapong wo mu nya ka ho na Kennedy Agyapong edwuma opese oye e de manipa ne bebre enkoso na mo nipa be ye edwuma sa de mamu wi a na asema ba na obi akọ ne ba bia e de e be ni anadwoma na asemo a mudi Kwaku Annan din so esi tankuru amu a mugu nenim ase bone be na mayem Ghana for be the way ebesi ha we answer another set of questions here dem ono safo just like your day questions ama ne wofa kwa Agyapong me di mu besi ha na ya te ne ya hwe space no say yen sabe menka say me Mr Perfect but the main ye no uni ehun evidence ni answer memme puapua wani memme yet say wo di ba be hye me kon say no please yen yes sir but easy say Ghana for bonne ye di bonne no bonne sum bonne into when you say wo ko say wo nua na sa abra wontimi mfa evidence nkona bebre su ya dwemu ye mre no ye be kwa kwatra na ye hwade e chia then we form useless opinion about those individuals me di hu hia me and na wo ba o ye blogger na wo be ka sam no ni nyina so a masa wo di me mo but I will expose you me di mo be see this has been Ghana Speaks, of course, powered by Hawk Investigations. Branea mo ametumi bibia. Nyame adama hye no so say Easter holidays na special edition we and the man mashup ye de abrel no. Yakopon ya adama ye di Easter ni ewie pe ye beba back. Anti ewie program next week no. We are not on air. Ye beba back after the following na yaba abehwe me bibia no aye kama ye ne Ghana fo ye ne mo aba besom. Shannon so say and your mapa and namkwemu eba. The Hawk TV has come to stay. And Mika say the studio is under serious construction. And you say Mobeka said the whole of last year. When women our camera. This I said DNT and this year Kwaku Annan aba. A matter of time, the more conquer cranker. And to be back, I see only camera and a Kwaku ni studio. And you say, Jimmy and Kwasi, I can what dream will grow. I could be a washer camera, be a washer space, be with Fred and be neat, ya can no lipstick, be near Bonapons. May always have a time, my papa may name all the light as he sees one, your light. I wish so sometime when we trap behind the scenes in washer. The woman camera see a so a day. Alright? How powerful you ever see creating this song, but me impress you. I don't need to impress anybody. My responsibility is to give you the message and you take the message. It's not about my camera is here. It's not about my lighting system is here. It's not about how many air conditions. But lift up the game. You gotta lift up your game, man. Folks, better lift up your game and you gotta push it up. So it is all about the content. This has been Ghana Speaks, of course. Same time next week. See a better way in channel. So stay out of trouble. I am one of most Agyapong. We know best or no work or hand or we don't know how to behind all of this and so on. You obey Jesus Christ. You couldn't move anything. I can't obey Jesus Christ. I'm here in this great to see now. The way they are nearby. Timu Kuma Jinkwana was in house for 3 days time. One master and answer somewhere to say near Kaka near Babe. Yes, the Easter. Easter, what you say? Go and find out the meaning of Easter. I am Kwaku Annan. Same time I come your way with yet another powerful edition. I salute all of you and kudos. And we are watching this space ahead. Bye for now.
Kiramana ticheno, kiramana tichen. Hina kwa cheno. Kwe, utuntutu, awe!
Thanks for watching. For enquiries, please call 020-2283-252. That's 020-2283-252. or subscribe and press the notification bell for more videos.